Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Osu Mapcast. I'm Cinnabun, and this episode is another group episode. So let's hop right into why people listen to this in the first place. My amazing segues. I'm joined today by everyone's favorite office cat Mao,
Hello.
the greatest husbando Krisom,
Hey, hey.
Vocaloid and Fashionogi enthusiast Noffy,
Hi.
and professional Smash player Hobbs too.
Hi.
How are you all doing?
I can't believe I'm professional fashionogi now. Enthusiast.
Enthusiast.
I will say my day is starting great since I'm being
Nice.
recognized
What'd you do today?
as a great husbando.
Good.
The greatest husbando of all time.
I mean, number 9 in Latin America,
I
it's
thought
still
only the
good.
ninth best. Oh wait, was number 19?
No,
You can
it's
do
9.
better,
Oh, that-
Krisom. You can do better.
You can go for number one.
I could
Yeah.
try, but like,
for
it's
number-
too much work.
Wait,
Zero.
do we have a list of the best husbandos of Latin America on OC?
Really? So like, wait, so who's like the top 5?
I will leave that to your imagination.
Okay, so it's Krism's number 1.
Yeah, it's Gon's
It's
number
Krisom.
2. What about Jen's?
Oh no, Jens is my number 1.
Jen's has a child.
So he's an ultra husbando.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whoa.
he's the husbando of a husbando.
Maybe the
He's
quality
number
of the
0.
husbando is in the eyes of the beholder.
True.
Alright, so you know what? Mao, what was your topic?
My topic is what do you do when you feel you're running low in creativity?
That is
Oh,
such a
no.
great
Anyone?
topic,
Oh
actually.
no!
Wow.
yeah,
wow.
I totally
come up
came
with
up
all
with
by
that.
yourself?
Mal
Any thoughts,
definitely
Hobbs?
thought of it
I don't
himself.
know. I think I just keep doing stuff until it works.
Like throw stuff
Just a
at
brute
the
forcing
editor until you find something that you feel comfortable with.
I guess in the context of OSU, yeah. In terms of like real life, say if I'm like working on something and I get stuck, I don't know what I do. I think I just suffer until whatever I'm doing solves
I
itself.
just
Oh
suffer.
my god.
I'm
Suffering
just
is
busy
the
enough
answer.
that I just like drown in doing like 5 other things at once.
I didn't.
So for me, I don't run out of creativity. Every map I make is perfect.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Amazing. Yeah, that's how it is for me.
No, I don't know. For me, it's like, all of the maps that I upload, it's like, okay, I'm comfortable with them, but I have like so much on my backlog that I'm like, whenever I feel like, okay, I want to map this song, but I'm feeling low on creativity, I like load up a song that it's super weird or like has like, I don't know, like I've recently been mapping funk or salsa or different rhythms, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this. Maybe it's not going to work, maybe it's not going to be good for a rhythm game, but I mean, it will help me come up with different patterns and different rhythms for my usual maps. And I don't know, something else that I do when I'm running low in creativity is take a 6-year break.
True.
That works.
Yeah, that worked.
Then you have to be resurrected by the office cat.
Yeah, true.
And our amazing class AE meetings, right? Right?
Oh yeah, that also helped me get inspired a lot because like when I saw people trying to recreate my style, I was like, oh, this is a very good take on what I do.
Ooh, that's
So
pretty
it
nice,
inspired
actually.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like doing
Did
collabs is
any
also
of,
helpful when you're running low on creativity because you have to adapt yourself to someone else's mapping style.
And it's also fun to just do something different.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did any of the maps from that challenge like go for ranked or no, or do you know?
I don't know. I think Noffy knows more than I do.
I
What
think
about
you wanted to rank his map, but I forget if he did yet, so I'd have to check on that
Oh, okay.
later.
Fair
that?
enough.
I don't know if A finished as one because Ace was also really good.
Yeah, Ace was nice. You should
Yeah, I
follow
didn't
up
finish
with him
mine.
on that, maybe.
Maybe.
Alright.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, you know, like,
Well, with go
you
ahead.
know, like a great way to get creativity is to just, like, I don't know, sometimes with other art disciplines, it's like, there's the discipline part of it, where even if you're not creative, like to just be able to practice it every day, and even if you don't like have a super inspiring idea, to just practice it a bit, and sometimes you can build an idea as you go instead of starting with all the steam.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I usually just go and make maps even if I'm low on creativity.
Yeah,
Because it
you're
kind of
You like-
helps.
Do you like
Also
go back
going-
and fix them when you have like more creativity or not, or
Mm,
you just keep continuing them?
I don't think every map necessarily needs to be very creative if it's still a map that works well as something to play as a stage that's fun to play. Doesn't necessarily need to be like full of the most creative concepts. It's just fun.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
I
fair.
agree.
Yeah, not everything needs to be God's gift to the OS world. Or should I say Peppy's gift?
If you're not mapping to make it the best map ever made, why are you mapping?
Because it's fun to map.
Because my music taste is obscure and nobody else will map them.
Hey, that's actually a good
Aw.
point, yeah.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
I did have one of my streams. I did have someone request me a Numtackle 5 song, and I loved it. And I played it, and they said you were like gonna rank it, or like you were looking at it. So I forget who the mapper was. I feel bad, but it was such a good map.
It's good to hear. There's a couple of
Cla-
them. There's the collab between Renemy and Kumo on one of their
Yeah, that map, that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yes, I remember now. It's such a good map. I was playing it like, yo, Noffy would love this.
Yeah, I do. I just forgot that I need to mod it.
Well, here I am reminding you
Thank
now.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I really like Numtaco 5 music because it's very unique and it's very fun to work with, and even if it's annoying that there's like lots of random snaps sometimes, it keeps
Oh,
you
tell me
on
about
your
it.
toes.
I guess
I would say I only like found out about Numtaco after our episode, like way back then, and I've only been listening to like them since.
I actually haven't
Good.
heard them. You have to send me some of their music.
They're also known as, okay, I'll do that. They're also known as Putin P.
No,
They
still
made
doesn't
an
ring a
entire
bell.
series where Rin is in love with Putin and Miku is in love with Ronald McDonald, and
Oh my
Wait,
God,
hold on.
That's
Hold on a
genius.
minute.
This lore.
What are we talking about right now?
You drone out for 2
Huh?
seconds and you come
Huh?
back.
How
Miku
did
loves
we-
Ronald McDonald.
How did we come from what are you doing for creativity to Miku loves Ronald McDonald?
I
well,
guess
that's what you gotta
really on your
channel.
toes.
That's the kind of thing you gotta channel in creativity. You gotta put two crazy, seemingly unrelated things together, and it might seem weird at first, and then you can make it work.
So if
But
I
I get-
draw a background with I don't know Donald Trump and Luca
Oh my god.
and I don't know put it onto a metal song,
Oh,
I will have a creativity explosion.
Yes.
but that works.
I mean-
that works.
That's just like common sense.
I guess that's
How did-
also
wait, so-
that's also something that I've done in the past whenever I'm feeling stuck with dancing when I have to practice for freestyle. You normally hit these plateaus when you've been dancing for like 6 months in the same way, and it's like no matter what you try to do for your freestyle, it's the same, and people tell you, yeah, you're stuck. So you have to come up with these weird concepts like, okay, I'm going to do 3 minutes of continuous dancing and only hopping or only doing jumps or only doing like following the same rhythm all the time. So you have to like force yourself to do something that you would never do while dancing normally. And I don't know, that helps come up with a lot of new things. So normally you wouldn't like I wouldn't dance like just jumping around for a whole 3 minutes when I'm freestyling, because that would be very tiresome and wouldn't look good. But I can take some
I'm
of
sure.
those concepts to my normal routines, and I guess that also helps on mapping. Like sometimes you just have to go for the very, very weird stuff, the weird snaps, the time signatures of, I don't know, 8/13 to come up with different things for your normal maps.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, concept mapping can really bring out some new ideas in you. if you like force yourself to, I don't know, just use straight sliders or like in general the limitations from the
Monthly beat mapping
monthly
contests?
monthly mapping contest, can
Some of
help
those are
you-
like really cool.
depends on the month.
Yeah, fair enough. Only use circles.
There's a
Only
really
use
nice map
spinners.
like Angel Honey that I like a lot of Haru Ichiban that's just no slider and it's just circles everywhere and it's cute. Circle
I
maps
did see
can be
one
cute.
map. Right.
circle
There's
only
one
maps can be
called
cute.
Catch It. I forget who's mapped it, but it's also only circles,
Good.
and it just fits.
I mean, there are also loads of slider only maps. We need to make a
Tech.
spinner only map.
How
Yeah,
many?
definitely.
Well, I guess that's the last frontier of some concept we gotta explore more because spinners are a little bit underappreciated these days.
Spinners also suck.
Yeah,
so it's understandable.
definitely.
Spinners
They
are
don't.
spinners
Okay,
are
can
a,
we
like
throw
by
in
a
hogs?
remnant of a DS game, and obviously the whole game is a remnant of a DS game. But like spinners are so outdated.
I guess it
They're
would be
fine
nice
on,
to get different kinds of spinners. Like, I don't know, some spinner
Square
that
spinners?
requires you to move chaotically, some spinner
I
that
was gonna
requires
say.
you to be precise.
I mean,
I don't know.
If
I
they
guess
add,
you could update
if they add
spinners.
square spinners, I'll respect spinners again.
I
So
mean, I
basically
like
square
spinners
jumps, but
for
at
the
high speed.
contrast.
Yeah, you have to do square jumps as fast
Right.
as possible, but you don't have to aim for anything. It just has to be a square.
But like,
That would actually be a nice idea. Like,
what?
God.
I think I think it would fit for certain kinds of music. Like, I don't know, you're mapping something that has a very strong staccato.
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Oh no.
Oh, or maybe
I'm
like
not
you
talking
set
about
down
masterpiece.
like certain points on the screen that you have to hit during your spins.
Okay, that would actually be like a star spinner. Like, you know, like how you
Yeah.
do those like star patterns
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
like your pencil. That would be a cool spinner.
Just that unlimited speed.
Right.
The more stars
Who
you
can
do,
draw
you get more
stars
points.
faster?
For every star you do, you get more points.
Or how about spinners that you can actually place like kind of like in different areas of the screen instead
I like
of having it
that.
just in the middle.
Oh,
I like that.
that'd be nice.
Oh.
That would save the idea a
Yeah.
lot too.
That would be interesting.
Because then
That
you can
sounds
have
so
like a
cool.
pattern that like leads
Yeah.
into a
Just
spinner
came
in,
up
like,
with
the
it on the
bottom left
spot.
for like 2 beats, and then you can immediately move off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Right.
that would probably be something like used for higher difficulties if you look
Yeah.
at how new players spin.
Yeah, but if
No,
we
that makes
used
sense.
spinners more, they could get like used to it, you know, figure it
Like, it
out
would
as we
be-
go.
Like it would be interesting if it would like open a spinner area and you can't leave that area and have to spin in
Like,
it
Hmm.
on the certain area.
If
like,
you
I
spin
think-
outside
I
of it,
think
it counts as a
spinners are
miss.
good
Yeah.
for like giving like leaderboard variety, and I think as like an actual gameplay mechanic, they're better in lower diffs. I just think like the higher you go, like the less useful they become.
There's also the.
I mean, I use
That's just
them
because
as
we banned
contrast.
ninja spinners.
Ninja spinners are
There's
so
also
good.
the issue
Ninja
that-
spinners.
Unban ninja spinners.
Wait, what are ninja spinners?
Ninja
Very
spinners
short
are super
spinners.
fast spinners that were very easy to miss unless you like had them memorized.
Just
and started
read them.
spinning before they showed up.
Just have spinner skins so you
Oh,
can see
okay.
them as fast as possible.
And also like they made spinners really hard to miss now, so bring ninja spinners back.
Time
Who
for
do you go
ranking
to
criteria proposal.
to add new objects?
That
I
would be
think
nice.
you don't.
We're probably
Someone-
gonna get
someone
a
should
bunch of
send
new
this
objects with
episode to
laser.
Peppy.
Hopefully. Yeah, so never.
So
I'm
never.
positive.
Maybe.
I mean,
So never.
I'd really like to see those hold notes that they had from the iOS game Osu Stream.
hold notes.
Oh my god.
The whole
I'm just
note.
like imagining
Right,
like
we have
once they
those.
add all these objects, like what is mapping quality? How are people gonna decide like, oh, this is an acceptable use of hold sliders? I mean, you can't just pretend like there's like a standard for that already, right? So you just have to like. We just have
Yeah,
to
it's
go with
gonna
it
be
for like,
comes
a,
with
for like a
it.
year and a
Go.
half before people realize like, all right, maybe putting like 15 hold sliders in a row across the screen is not a good idea.
Probably
It
not.
might be
Yeah,
a
it
little
would
bit
probably
boring.
be like 2008 all
That sounds
over
fun,
again.
honestly. Just people just like
With-
putting all the new stuff into
Yeah,
the
I
maps like,
mean-
without any
yeah.
care as to whether it works or not. Because those maps
Yeah.
from like
Yeah.
2008 are
Black
iconic. So,
symmetry.
maybe that's what we need.
That's a good point. That's what you need for creativity, is to just do
Just
stuff without a
add
care
new
and
stuff.
push yourself to
Yeah.
the weird limits.
Maybe it's not our fault. Maybe we're fine. Maybe it's not us that's not creative anymore. It's the editor. The editor has lagged behind.
Yo.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, there's a certain
I mean,
degree of
yeah,
truth to
it's
that.
anyone who's mapped
Yeah, that
knows
makes
the
sense.
editor has held them back multiple times, at least once.
Definitely.
I don't know. I will, like, I haven't been using the editor for like 6 years, and I came back, and it's like, oh my god, it's a whole new world, and barely any features have been introduced. But the ones that have been, they're like so freeing, and I didn't know that they were there, and make things so much easier. But there are still some features that I'm like, why are there still no hold notes?
Yeah, no hold nodes, no like per object difficulty settings. Per object difficulty
Yeah.
settings would be so.
Oh,
Something
and
that's
there's
Yeah,
also
that
that
would be
fact
so cool.
that
Something that I think
Those
would fit
laser-
very well would be, and I know this is crazy, and we talked about this like back in 2012, but be able to change the circle size within the difficulty.
Yeah.
with OS laser.
Yeah. I think that's what he meant.
Wait,
with
that's gonna be a
I
thing in
laser?
laser?
remember
Yes,
someone
on
saying that
settings.
would be a laser
Oh.
thing, but obviously I can't confirm anything. I
I'm
saw
not
that
sure
on
how I
Reddit.
would
I
feel
think.
about that.
Someone said that like per object difficulty settings.
I mean, just imagine like a stream that goes from high circle size to low circle size.
yeah, that'd be so
Right,
cool.
from,
Or
like,
like if you
circle
could change
size
the
2
AR
to
of each object, you
7.
could have like a really cool like a cool reading difficulty challenge.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that would also just change everything again. Like,
It would
when
make-
is it
yeah.
acceptable to change the arm diff and everything?
I mean, I think that it would probably be handled a little bit similar to how we look at slider velocity now, like how intuitive it is
I mean,
with
yeah,
the
like
song.
big
Yeah.
big
Fun
slider
it is
velocity
to play.
changes used
Yeah, I
to be like
guess.
pretty
Oh, you didn't use
Yeah.
them back then. Like
They
if you
didn't
change
happen.
the
now we
slider
have
velocity
entire
to double
maps
the
where,
much,
like,
BPM.
sliders go from like 4 to 1 to 2 to 4 within like 5 seconds.
I saw that when I came back. Like I think it was the guys from the Spanish mapping community that showed me that, and I was like, what? How can people read this? It's like they have to guess, and they tell me no. It's because of the velocity on which the slider is constructed, and I'm like, how? My brain
Yeah.
just exploded.
Just get
As a
good
personal
Krisom.
big
I-
advocate for making AR5 rankable on extra difficulties, I think that players are good enough at the game to where they'll be able to read like almost anything that we throw at them. Even if it looks like complete nonsense, there's at least that one like AR2 like main that like could easily play it.
Like the people that play easy, or have you seen those videos going around lately of people playing like AR negative
Yes.
infinity or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
I love
Just-
AR negative
yeah.
infinity.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hobbs has been doing a lot of
I've been
that. I
spamming
just joined
the
into
AR
your
negative
stream.
infinity.
Actually, that's a very cool concept that
It
we
looks
could
so
do. Like,
cool.
have a note that appears, I don't know, at some point in the middle of the in the screen, at some point at the start, and it's there for the whole time, and all the other notes have like normal AR, and at some point the circle will start closing, and you have to hit it, but it's always there, haunting you.
Oh yeah, like Taiko does something similar with that, especially in a lot of their love maps that have a lot of SVs, where they'll have a note really later on in the map that has a super low SV, so it's on the screen most of the map, just slowly approaching as you play the rest of the map.
Yeah, something
And
like
it's
that.
really cool.
That'd be interesting.
I guess you could kind of do that with a storyboard, but I
Yeah.
don't know. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
feel the
wouldn't
same.
feel the
There's
same.
this cool storyboard for an old map that's called Marshmallow. It's a very very old map, and I recommend you to play it. And it has this fake miss note. So you're playing a very slow section of the map, and at some point there appears a circle that it's exactly the same skin that you're using. I don't know how he coded that, and you miss it even if you click it because it's not a real circle, but you don't break the combo. And I don't know, I really
yeah.
like that concept.
There's also
Huh.
a map
Fake
called
it,
Fake
yeah,
It.
Fake It was one of the.
Fake It
it
is
was
really
one of the
cool.
first
It's
ones,
loved
I
now.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a storyboard where it's basically applying mods like hidden and hard rock, and then the notes start moving
Yeah.
and shit like that. And it
Ooh.
also changes to tag and stuff. Like, a bot is playing the same thing, basically mirrored to what you're playing. Like, it's very fun.
Dang, I have not seen
Oh,
that.
Krisom, what you're
Yeah, I see
talking
that.
about, putting in the objects that match the player's skin, that's actually an option that you could add to OS files, like use user skin or something like that, and you just turn it to 1 to enable it. And then if you put in objects in the storyboard with like the same names as the skin files, it'll just use those from the player's skin.
Oh,
Which
nice.
has a lot of potential, but it's not used very much.
I mean, I feel like I feel
I
like
haven't
stuff
really
with objects
seen
like that are usually in like gimmicky maps, and people don't really make a lot of those because they're. I mean, the audience for those is kind of niche.
Yeah, and especially because they're also not really
Yeah, that is
rankable.
also true. If you make something like that, it's
Yep.
automatically for loved or for grave.
Aw.
I mean, that's kind of what the loved section was there for at the beginning. It was kind of for like Aspire
Yeah.
type maps and shit. But now it's kind of just a, I don't know, for players'
Free for all.
favorite jump practice map. I mean, there are some
Mapping for
real
love.
Yeah, Loved
gems
has some
in
cool
Loved.
maps.
I guess looking at love would also help with creativity.
Depending on what
Yeah,
kind of
Loved,
map you look
Loved
at,
has
they're
a,
like
a
Yeah,
large
some
jump
love
practice
maps are also
maps.
not
It's a
good.
mixed bag, really.
There's definitely some maps
Yeah.
you don't want to draw inspiration from in Loved.
Like, I always look at most loved maps because every month, whenever they have the loved cycles now, I always check every single map's metadata to make sure it's correct, so I end up seeing a lot of them. There's a lot of maps that can be summarized as basically, like, really extreme jump maps, or just kind of regular player enjoys player maps.
Yeah, there's a lot of maps
Types
where
of
like the
things.
song is really popular, and so the map just like accumulates a lot of favorites because it's like competent
Yeah,
enough
that
to where
too.
people will press the favorite button because they like the song, and then it'll end up getting loved.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like masterpiece mapping. It's just like the song is pretty good.
Which I think is kind of sad because that's not really what love was supposed to be. And I really liked the idea at the beginning, but maintaining a system like that is
I
probably
remember the
too much
Kadoshi system
effort.
where you could literally love your own map, and multiple people did that.
What?
Oh yes, I
Yes.
remember that. Wasn't it like you have to
Yeah,
shoot
if you
yourself
shot 100 stars at a
stars
map,
and
it would
then-
get loved.
And And the Dobby was
Really?
loved map got screwed over because the loved system changed away from that. The same cycle, we shot 100 stars at that 4-second map and tried to get it loved. And then loved came back and it's like, nope, this isn't valid anymore. Goodbye.
Dang. Wait, so did the previous love maps
Yeah,
get like
I mean, if you,
grandfathered
once,
in?
Yeah.
once loved, it'll stay loved forever.
Oh, okay.
Unless it gets edited.
Oh, okay.
Unless the
Yeah,
mapper
the
wants to
mapper can
take it down.
so they can like rank it.
Yeah.
So could the mapper have a love map
Yeah,
and
that's
then take
happened
it
before,
down
too.
and try go for rank?
I think
Yeah.
Ghost Rule did that.
Oh.
Yeah, it did.
One
Oh,
of the
okay.
Ghost Rules.
Although, yeah,
There's like 17.
it's kind of weird because the ranked ghost rule actually has difficulties from 2 of the previously loved sets, and one of those loved sets is still loved. So there's
I
just
mean, it
Oh.
doesn't really matter because love doesn't give PP.
so
it
there's
doesn't
a loved
break
version
anything.
of Valo 108's map, and then there's the ranked version of it, and then
It's just the same
There's
map.
probably a
I
couple
haven't
differences
checked,
when
but
it got
pretty sure.
modded for ranked.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's still probably like the
Probably
same
the same for
thing
like
in
90% of
general.
the map.
Yeah, although
Yeah.
the ranked version doesn't have the storyboard anymore, because Val's loved set has a storyboard on
There
it.
you go.
They removed that from the ranked version.
Yeah, because the ranked one was
Sad.
Awakens. I think it was Awakens, right? Their
Is
loved
it the one with
set.
the handsome difficulty?
Yeah.
No, wait, is it?
I can't
there was a
remember
cover.
off the top of my head. There's so many of them.
There is a lot of, yeah.
And it's kind of interesting how that Ghost Rule set got really, really popular over time and loved, and it just lost like 4 million plays going for ranked. Ugh.
Welp. Didn't it get like popular because like Cookie Z just went on a spree on Ghost Roll, like FCing, like SSing like most of them?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know, I don't know if it was like 1 or 2 years back where he just went and like SS like all the 8-star Ghost Rule maps,
Ooh, it sounds cool.
but most of them were loved, so he didn't get anything from them.
Well, he got fame and glory.
That is true.
He already had
What more
that.
can you want? You already had that. All right, so Hobbs, what is your topic?
My topic was that I have been getting into puzzle games recently, and by puzzle games I mean it's like mostly like logic games like Sudoku and stuff. And I've been wondering if anyone else has been getting into anything like that. And when I say like anything, I mean like any like hobby or something that you picked up in the last like 2 months that you were just like suddenly got yourselves like addicted to. Because I have been doing like 4 Sudoku puzzles a day. They are really fun.
I'd say
for no reason.
Yeah, for me, I did that. In the last like month or two, I definitely got right back into chess. Cause just chess has been blowing up on Twitch and stuff like that. And I used to play when I was younger, so now I've been playing like chess every day or like with friends. Like, yo, let's 1v1 in chess. Come on. I've just been really enjoying that, even though I'm not super good.
Yeah, I'm awful at chess. I know like I studied like the opening moves, like cause me and Undead Capulet were playing chess, and he like won the game in like 20 rounds or something, and so he showed me that I should study the opening moves, and so I did that.
Oh, I just play whatever feels.
Oh
like.
yeah, after like the
guys
the
sound
2
so
or 3
smart.
memorized opening strategies that I've discovered, I have no idea what to actually do.
I've done the
Your
opening, but what
best.
happens
That's
next?
Yeah.
what you do.
Just honestly, you just gotta be smart.
You gotta see into the future, probably.
Yeah, you have to
Let's see.
look.
Oh, there was some way some GMs play where like they just know like the one move you're gonna do for like 8 moves, and then just to counteract that is like insane.
Yeah.
This is the cookie Z of chess.
Cookie Z of chess.
Chess.
I think given the history of chess, I think that a more accurate comparison would be like Cookie Z is the GM of Osu.
GM of Osu.
I can't think of a single good chess player. I know
Does
I know
GM
his
stand
name and I
for
literally just forgot
Grandmaster?
his name. Yeah, Magnus something. That's-
Magnus something. Magnus.
Magnus Carlsen, is that it?
Yeah. No, it starts with a C, but I don't think it's Carlson. Whatever. Anyways, you were saying Noffy.
Does GM stand for Grandmaster?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. See, so my hobbies for literally the past 2 months is I got back into Mabinogi again, which is an MMO
Heck yeah.
I used to play a lot of when I was in like 4th and 5th grade, and I used to literally live in that game. And now I've been
You got me into that
I've
game.
been playing it a lot now, and help.
Shout out to Nutella Clan.
Nutella is so fun. I like them.
Oh, it is Magnus Carlsen. My bad. I'm stupid.
Okay,
Let's go
Magnus
Magnus
Carlsen.
Carlsen.
He's the Cookies. He is the
Cookies
Magnus
of chess.
Carlsen of Os.
Right.
Okay.
Fashionogi.
Oh yeah, so on Mabinogi, you're supposed to be playing an MMO where you battle stuff, but it's the game is like 20 years old technically. The English version's only 12 years old, but one of the things it's known for is it has like a million fashion items, and I always thought that I would just be able to stay simple, but now I have an entire wardrobe of just clothes. And I spend most of my
No,
in-game
definitely.
money on clothes.
Nothing.
It's so
Instead of,
addicting
like-
because I also have like a bunch of clothes.
Instead of like upgrading my weapons or something. No, I'll just get more clothes.
This outfit is cute. Let's get it.
Yeah. Exactly. And then Cinnabun.
Yeah.
You should show them in the video. I'll send you screenshots later. Thank you.
Okay. Mikasa. Boom.
Yeah.
So is it your fashion? Is it like high camp?
Yes.
Oh my god, I have to see those pictures. And
I also have a couple of screenshots taken from like when we were doing like jam sessions and like stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. Oh, I love jam sessions in Mabinogi.
Yeah, just listening to music with different instruments instantly is cool.
What
Right.
exactly is Mabinogi?
It's like anime RuneScape.
There you go.
Huh.
That's literally the easiest way I can explain it. Is if RuneScape was made by a bunch of weebs,
Sounds
but also
tempting.
like good.
Oh no.
I don't
It's-
know if that
it's a fun
sounds
game. I've been
blessed
enjoying
or
it.
cursed.
It's blurst.
It's so good.
Krisom wants to play
Noffy can
furry
definitely explain it
RuneScape.
better.
Yeah, right. You wish.
I don't care actually.
I never got into RuneScape. I didn't like it. But then Noffy showed me Mavin. Okay, I'm like, yo, this game is.
I tried
Good.
RuneScape, but I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's. I don't understand how people still
I
play
don't
it.
remember
I never
anything
played
about
it.
RuneScape. Oh, wait. I remember one thing. I remember going to my friend's house in 4th grade, and he was playing RuneScape, and I would see the advertisements on the page that would be like, "Congratulations, you won!" And I would always ask him, "Why aren't you clicking it?" Because I wasn't a computer expert back then. It's like, why aren't you getting your prize?
You won!
Why?
Come on!
Why? God, Noffy.
You just won $1 million and you're leaving it sit there?
I
Why?
just
Yeah,
want
you
another
could just-
computer, come on!
You just got your iPhone 28.
Back in 2005.
Yeah. It's kind of weird to think about how much stuff has changed since like 2005, because I remember being in like 2nd grade and my classmates would talk about stuff like, oh, my mom has this thing that's like a piece of paper, but it's a computer and you can draw on it and just touch it. And I was like, no way. That
What?
doesn't exist. But now I realize
Piece
they
of
were
paper
talking
that's you
about
can-
the earliest like tablets, and I'm like, oh,
Oh, tablets.
yeah.
Dude, you like back then, like that would be great for Osu.
No, I mean
Yeah.
like iPad tablets, not the drawing tablets.
Touch screens were so crazy back then.
Yeah.
I remember getting my first Nintendo DS and be like, oh my god, I can touch this, and it does something.
Right,
It
yeah.
reacts, it responds.
Oh, the DS Lite was so good. I had Kirby on it, and that's like I would play that for hundreds of hours.
And now touch screens are like, you can get like a $20 dumb phone with a touch screen, and it's like nothing.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, back then it
Technology is
was
so
really
advanced.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, back then you even needed to use like the stylus for the DS to get proper input.
Oh, true.
Right. It wasn't like it was a touchscreen, but it was like one of those touchscreens where you just needed pressure instead of like not actually like touch.
Hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like, so
it's
you could
not
use anything as a
like-
pen.
Yeah, you don't need your finger.
And
Like,
But
it's
now
not.
it's
I don't really know how touchscreens work. I'm not even gonna pretend.
yeah, the same.
I mean, that ties back
you
into
have
the
to
good
touch
old
the
days of
screen?
OS, because like, it was the original DS games, and some of their aspects of difficulty were built around the fact that you had to put on the pressure, and that kind of limits how fast you can go, unless you're like amazing.
Yeah.
Or
I
you're willing
actually
to
own
break
Elite
your
Beat
screen.
Agents.
Say it again.
Or if you're willing to break your screen.
True.
Wait,
I
Which
am
was
speed.
the hardest map, I think, for that game. I think it was jumping Jack Flash, something like that. And in the
Oh,
hardest
someone-
difficulty, they had like it's going to sound so easy for Osu players that have never played that game, but it's like a lot of like, I don't know, it was like 12 circles in a row that are mapped to like half a beat, and when you're playing the DS game, it's so hard because you have to put so much pressure on the touch. But if you're playing it enough, I think someone recreated it. It's so easy.
yeah, it got
Yeah,
ranked
I-
in 2018, actually.
I bought
really?
I bought the DS game after I started playing OC, and I tried to play these maps that look so easy on the DS, but they're actually kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't use your mouse or your drawing tablet to go fast. By the way, Mao.
Yeah.
So, what is your hobby that you've
So-
picked up in like the past 2 months?
My hobby.
Oh, Mao, tell us.
I got back into OC. Yeah, I know. I'm lost.
You
rejoined
the NAT.
Absolutely lost. Yeah. What a bad decision, right?
Why are you
Noff-
even back?
Noffy is trying to escape, and I'm just coming back. I don't know. I rejoined because thesis is basically done. I don't know. I haven't really picked up an.
Oh yeah, congrats on graduating.
Thank
or-
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you're gonna be making
You're a big
game.
boy now.
And I don't know how much you can
You're
tell
a big
us
boy.
about it, because it's might be confidential, but you're making a new game, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I know about the game.
Yeah, you don't have to. You're not allowed to say anything though.
Oh, I'm not? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
otherwise
just
we'll
good.
fine you like $5 million if you want.
Oh my
that.
gosh.
Also, like, wait, I haven't signed an NDA yet, so technically I can just say whatever I want.
No, I don't care. Damn, he's
The game
too
is an open
intelligent.
Osu ripoff.
Of course. It's a circle clicking simulator where all
It's
the
called,
circles
like-
are animated-ies.
Uso.
Uso.
So-
Amazing.
Yeah.
A very original idea. It's like based off some DS game back then.
Yeah, it's based off a PC game called Osu.
Oh,
It's
It's,
super
it's an
niche.
More.
Osu. It's an Osu simulator.
okay. For
Does it include the
PC.
toxicity?
For the PC.
Yeah, it does. You have to
that's a
actually
feature.
you actually have to manage the emotions of the circles. Like when you're clicking them, they all have like different personalities, and some get really angry, and some.
It's
start
just a
shit
visual
talking on
novel,
Twitter,
But the
and-
characters
God.
are.
Not like I like being clicked or
It's a
anything.
visual novel,
Manga.
but the characters
Okay,
are.
now I wonder
obvious.
what would it be like to play a game where you just simulate Twitter toxicity.
Just go on Twitter. Make an account.
Just
go
go
on
on
Twitter.
Twitter. But that's
Make
Yeah,
a
but
real.
that's
new account
boring.
and just like put some like random information, and then just start
The
talking
Twitter
shit to random
toxicity
people
simulator.
and have fun.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
You get rewards for being an asshole.
It's like level 20, idiot.
More followers for being an asshole for baiting.
Isn't that how
people
Twitter
into
works
doing
anyways?
shit. Yeah, of course it is. That's why it's a real Twitter simulator.
Nice. You become the CEO of Twitter.
Be a toxic
Once you-
asshole without the consequences.
Right. What about you, Krisom? Have you got into any hobbies
Other than
besides Osu
Oh.
again?
darn. Well, since I moved back into my father's apartment so as to not spend quarantine alone in my tiny, tiny apartment, there are puppies here. They have 4 chihuahuas. Three of them are old and they are awesome, but they also have a very small puppy that she's like 3 months old. And I guess that's my hobby now. Like, she knows that I play with her, so she brings me all of her toys, like all of them. So the floor of my room, it's filled with toys. And like, I don't know, we play tug of war, we play war, and like different things that dogs like to do. And she has learned that if I throw her toys away, she goes and get them, and she brings them back to me. And she's so smart. I'm going to send you a picture of her,
Aw.
actually. She's the smartest.
Oh, that's
And
so cute.
if I don't play with her again, when she brings me back her toys, she tries to like put them closer to my hand or to my face. She's like, come on, play with me. And she's the cutest, and I love her. So that's my hobby.
So, Krisom, talking about dogs, when are you gonna change your profile picture to Houndoom?
I
What?
don't think we have negotiated that, actually. I don't.
need to
I
do
don't
it.
see. I don't see a storyboard in our collaboration.
Okay, I see how it is.
Oh, is that the
Noffy, do you
Lone
want to
Digger
make a
collaboration?
storyboard for me?
Okay.
It's a map specific storyboard. I sent you the Lone Digger thing, right? With the Littons and the Houndoom instead of the
yeah.
cats and the dogs.
Yeah.
And we need to make it so that whenever it's my part, it's showing the Litton, and whenever it's Krisom's
You're
part,
mapping
it needs
Lone
to show the
Digger?
Houndoom.
Houndoom
Okay.
is a
Okay,
cool
so
Pokemon.
for
I
people
don't
who
mind changing my
people
profile
who
picture
don't
to
know
them.
what you're talking about, you mind explaining?
Oh yeah, we've made a collab on Lone Digger, where I mapped in my style and Krisom mapped in his style, and we kind of tried to tie together and make it like a fight
It's actually
of the styles.
I really liked how it turned out because the styles are very different, but the music lends itself to the different styles. I had a
Yeah.
lot of fun mapping it, actually.
Ooh.
It's like very contrast
Yeah, a
heavy,
lot.
like that's what we aimed for.
Are you gonna key sound
He
this?
sounded.
No.
Okay, so obviously
No.
now to storyboard it, we should just obviously remake the whole video, right? I'm not gonna do that, but right?
Of course not.
Yo, let's do it.
Sounds like a lot of
course.
Of
fun.
course.
Of course.
I don't mind. You can do it. If you can do it within like a week, it will be perfect.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I can, but I'll try.
You can do it.
Noffy, we all believe in you. The faith of the
We believe
universe
in
lies
you.
in your hands.
This is so
Okay, so it's recorded right now. Noffy will get it done in a week.
Yeah, this will be a reminder on Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever.
Whichever. You have until next Tuesday to get it done.
Okay.
That's 2 days.
Wait, no.
Next Tuesday.
You already.
Yeah, today's Sunday. So the upcoming Tuesday is in 2 days.
The end
Okay,
comes
so
when
the-
the end comes, and that is when I shall suffer.
The end comes. It ain't
So
over till the fat
Tuesday.
lady sings. Tuesday.
Choo choo choo.
So, Noffy, what is your topic?
To be honest, I wanted to talk about cooking because I don't know anything about
I love
cooking.
cooking.
Are you learning how to cook?
Yeah, I used to get like sandwiches or just not eat lunch when I went to university and stuff, but since I've been in quarantine, that means I have to make myself at least one meal a day because my mom still makes dinner. So I have to make myself my lunches, and we don't have too many different things to work with because we get like a couple of different things in bulk, like celery and rice and lunch meat and
Okay.
eggs. Lots of eggs.
Of course.
What
See,
do
it's
you
funny
like?
'cause I wanted to talk about cooking, but with well, Zetetta isn't on this episode, so I'll save it for another time.
Okay.
So what do you like to eat, Noffy?
I like to make rice with celery slices and torn up lunch meat and leftovers and eggs all mixed together. I look up recipes
Okay.
online to imitate the Papa John's spice packets. And
Okay.
it comes out pretty well. Like, I mix it in with the rice and everything, but that's the only thing I know how to make besides, like, scrambled eggs.
Maybe
That
you
sounds
should
good.
maybe you should get different like ingredients.
Have you been like watching like YouTube videos, like on like binging with Babbage or something
Oh,
like
that
that?
channel
Oh my
is
God,
so
I love
great.
Babish.
Oh, it's so good.
Babish is amazing.
The only cooking
And I-
YouTube channel I've watched is You Suck at Cooking.
That one
Oh my
is
god, I love you.
That's
so
also
much.
pretty good. Yeah.
I also watched Joshua Weissman.
Me same. Yo,
Oh yeah.
I love his Cinnabun recipe.
I'm just going
Oh
to
my god,
say
I still
that.
haven't made Cinnabons.
I'm just going to
You
say
still
that
haven't
I
made-
would die for Claire from the Bon Appetit Test Kitchen.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
Claire,
I
that's
watch
amazing.
I
Claire
watch
is the
Bon
best.
Appetit Test Kitchen. That's like when I watch cooking, I don't do it because I
Same.
like to cook. I watch cooking recreationally.
I also like watch those Bon Appetit videos of like they're like 40 minutes long of how to cut up different fish into sushi or like making soba noodles.
They're amazing.
And like, you just be like there at 3 a.m. and like, you know what? I want to learn how to cut up
And then
sushi. I'll never do.
never-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll never do it.
I've been wanting to learn how to like make rice balls because I used to go to the local ramen place and get ramen and rice balls a lot, but now I can't do that.
You'll probably need different rice for that, though.
Yeah,
so
like
it's
Yeah.
long grain
mix.
rice and nori seaweed, as well as learning how
Don't
to
they use
pickle
short
plums.
grain?
Just grow your own rice.
I don't think that's feasible.
No.
I mean, with enough equipment, you could.
Right.
Yeah, Noffy, just do it in your garden.
I don't have a garden.
Just do it on your balcony.
I don't have a
Right.
balcony.
Just do it in your room.
I don't have a room.
I do have a room.
I'm living in a wardrobe.
Something that's quite helpful for learning how to cook is that, and serious chefs and cooks will hate me for this, but I do kind of like semi-meal prep, where in the weekends, well, I used to do, in the weekends I prepare big batches of like a mix of rice and beans and quinoa and different grains that you can freeze, and then you unfreeze them, like you portion them and unfreeze them during the week, and when you unfreeze them, you mix them with different stuff. So for example, one day I'm going to mix this base with I don't know, onions and scrambled eggs and a little bit of flour and a little bit of soy meat, and you make kind of like a weird omelette. And another day you can leave it apart and make a sauce and add, I don't know, fish or something to it. And it's like you have the base ready for the rest of the week and you just create something on top of it.
That's just
Sounds
smart.
so cool.
Yeah, meal prep is really good if you're like a home cook.
Yeah, especially if you
Absolutely.
you live alone and you work all day and you don't want to spend all of your money in buying lunches. Like, just do meal prep, at least the basis, and so that way you don't have to waste an hour a day cooking every single day. You just have to waste, like, I don't know, 15 minutes in unfreezing the
Right.
things that you cooked on the weekend and preparing something else.
Yeah, I also when I cook like something like chili or curries, then I just freeze stuff.
Curry's so
Just reheat
good.
it.
Oh, the curry you showed me, Mata, you made looked so good.
Thank you.
Now,
I
can
was
you share
jealous.
pics?
Later.
Okay.
See if we can put on the episode.
I like loads of different food. I love cooking. It's amazing.
And yet you still haven't made Cinnabuns.
Yeah.
Come on, that's like the only thing I know how to bake though.
I forgot about it, not gonna lie.
Just like, if there's one thing I need to learn how to bake, it's Cinnabuns. What else do I need?
I forgot about Cinnabun.
I'm gonna keep pestering you until you send me a picture of you eating a Cinnabun.
Oh my god, you're not gonna see a picture of me.
A picture of a Cinnabun on your table.
I'm just gonna send you a random picture of a cat with a Cinnabun.
I love
It has to be next to your
Cinnabons.
curry.
I'm so addicted to them.
I like them too, but I haven't had one
Same.
in like forever. Because I only get them when I eat out, but I haven't exactly eaten out.
I think German Cinnabuns are different from the ones you get in America.
Zimtschnick.
Zimtschnecker.
Yeah, that.
Look at that.
How are they different?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know actually if they are different. They look different.
Hmm.
I can look for a picture.
Are they a bun of cinnamon?
I googled it. And
I
they
don't
look
know.
the same. Yeah.
Do
They
they?
look the same.
Look the
Okay.
same. Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they actually
What have you
do.
been
What?
cooking, Hobbs? What have you been
cereal?
cooking recently?
Nothing. I can't cook. I mean, I can like
Hey.
finagle a pot and like make an omelet or something, but like I don't like go out of my way to learn how to cook. I just watch people cook because it's fun.
Oh, okay. Well,
Have you managed to burn pasta?
Why would I do that?
How do you burn pasta? It's in water.
You just have to put it onto the stove and just forget it there and let it sit for like
Oh,
20
burn
hours
pasta.
until all the
I
water is
I don't like
evaporated.
pasta.
it
so I
sounds
wouldn't-
How
more
do
like
you-
you would burn your house down.
You don't
Yeah,
like
it's not for
pasta.
me. I'm not a huge
Really?
tomato
Okay.
sauce.
That's
person.
crazy.
You can make it
What
with
about Alfredo
something else
sauce?
than tomato sauce.
Alfredo
I'm not a
sauce is so
huge
much better.
I never
Sauce
had
person.
Alfredo sauce.
That is a
Just
exaggeration, but
what about pasta with just
that sounds
virgin
kind
olive
of
oil?
gross. Not gonna lie.
What about
It's
pasta
weird.
without anything
just the
else?
noodles?
I love,
Just
I
the
might
love
enjoy that.
pasta.
I might enjoy that.
I love pasta
ramen
with
pasta?
pesto.
Oh, pasta is the girl.
It's amazing. The other day, in the summer, I made some pesto with fresh leaves of basil that I cultivated myself in my balcony, and I was so
That's
hard.
amazing.
That was amazing. But the thing is, pesto takes up so much basil, so much. You have to blend like, I don't know, four different plants of basil just to make one little bottle of pesto. And pesto is so good, you can have it with everything. So it
That's
obviously
actually
is
true.
best.
But it's worth it. It's
What?
worth it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
true.
I guess so. Now it's Krisom's turn. What is your topic?
Alright, my topic is when you look at your past from Oz, what makes you cringe? It can be mapping,
Everything.
it can be everything, your, I don't know, your conversations.
My old username.
yeah.
Yeah,
Back
same.
when I started, my first username was Chillax with 2 X's. And I used that
mean-
for like a year, and I hated it.
I mean,
And I was like, you know what? I like Cinnabuns. I'm doing it.
I've joined the game when I was 14.
You were so
So-
young.
Oh.
You grew up here.
Baby now.
Right.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I wasn't. I mean, Germany doesn't really have high school, but the equivalent of like a freshman in high school. Yeah, so I was really young. I posted some NSFW on the IRC client.
Did?
And I did some very embarrassing stuff on the German language channel.
Tell us about it.
Like I know, no, we don't have to talk about that.
Just now,
So
come
what
on, you tell us.
I know that Locktab when he added me to the NAT because I also had a different username and he was like, oh my god, you were that retard from Germany. If I knew that
Sounds
shit.
like such a long-time thing to say.
I remember him being that way.
But yeah, I mean Krisom still knows me from when I was like 15. Yeah, I was 15.
Yeah, I think you were
16.
actually, yeah.
First yeah, I was. So I was really young still, but I kind of changed around the time I changed, like name changed on OSU, which was in late 2013. And when I got into the mapping community in general, I stopped being a retard at hashtag German.
Now you're so mature.
And now I'm a retard on Twitter. That's where the big boys go to be retards.
You moved
That's
into
where
the
everyone
BBs.
goes to be retards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, let me think. Also, like, my first maps. Obviously, like...
Same.
Yeah, I think that's with everyone.
Also,
yeah.
I
also
think-
my first ranked maps are, like,
I'm going
very
to.
bad.
I actually cringe not only at my first rank maps. There are some maps that I don't know. I rank like it's my 15 or my 20th or my 25, something like that, and I still look at that and I'm like, this was so forced. This doesn't look good at all. Like, why did I try this? And okay, like looking back, you can be like, yeah, but it helped me create my style. These weird experiments are trying to follow the patterns so strictly, but I still look at them and I'm like, no, I can't. I just close the game and throw the computer out of the window and like, no, why did I do this?
I'd say my first 18 ranked maps I kind of regret as maps, but they are yeah, experience.
Yeah, it's a time capsule of back then.
Yeah, it just shows how much you've improved over the years.
True.
I mean,
Yeah,
some of
Hobbs
them
can
are
talk about his
decent,
first.
some of them are just as completely cringy. Some of them I would like to burn in hell. I don't know. So yeah, that's something. I think that's something else. Makes me cringe. In general, also forum posts from the early times. If you go back on my maybe don't go back on my forum post history.
Yeah, everyone who's listening, you should go into the forums and search for all of Mao's posts.
Oh gosh, don't put him through
Take
that.
pictures and send them to him through Twitter.
I mean, let's put it like this. Most of these are 7 years old, and after 7 years, all your cells regenerate, so that person is dead.
Let's cancel Mao.
Yeah.
Mao is cancelled.
That was cancelled.
We're gonna go back through your forum
I'm
posts
glad I
and see
didn't
if
start
you've said-
mapping too early, because I started playing when I was like, that was 8 years ago, so I was.
Wait, did you join OSU before
14.
me?
Yeah, I joined in 2012.
Yeah, I joined in 2012 as well, but I
Mhm.
joined in late 2012.
Let me see the exact
Oh
date.
my god, you joined OSU before me. You joined in April.
Nice. So
You were the
Nice.
actual OSU grandma. I don't know what you're always talking about.
but thankfully I didn't start mapping actively until 2014 when I was like, I'm so bad at math. I was 16 and I actually had some sense of self generated and I wasn't too cringy online anymore, especially compared to like my old DeviantArt journals from the years before that, which were awful.
Can you link them?
No!
Please.
No!
We
You
should
can find
search
them
for
pretty
that.
easily, but I'm not giving that free.
Okay, let's look for Dorothy
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3242 on DeviantArt.
And so
Oh, I found Dorothy 3242's user profile.
Yeah, that's me. So, thankfully, I don't have very many cringy memories on OS.
A quad thigh lot nor.
Oh yeah.
Papercraft Vocaloid Rana.
Yeah,
Rayna, I don't know.
Rana.
I don't know. This is a pretty sick DeviantArt profile to me.
Wait, what are the numbers?
3242.
Okay, I'm scrolling down.
This
I
is
hate
good.
the new DeviantArt design.
Same.
It's so bad.
Yeah, the new it's really bad.
Death Connections Epic Fail Chapter 1.
Oh yeah, I used to do writing in like 5th grade.
December 21st,
I have an
2020.
entire
Oh my
universe
God.
all
The world
planned
didn't
out.
end today. And I don't know what to say.
Wait,
And I
what?
gotta
So-
throw
This is a audio
my
podcast, so no one knows
gas
who we're talking about.
Well, you just have to link it.
Well,
You know what? I'll link it.
Yeah, we'll have to link it.
Honestly, your journal entries are like poetry. Like I'm reading this and this is prose.
Where do I see the journal entries?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but so the world didn't end today is from a song by
Oh.
Crusher, which was also the very first song I mapped, and I used to sit in school and just sing it
Alright,
all the
well,
time.
It's
So the world didn't end today, and I don't know what to say, and I gotta throw my gas mask away, and I need to apologize to the people I insulted, defiled, graffitied, and tortured, stole stuff from, harassed, and abandoned, ha ha ha, because in the end, it ended
Okay.
up mattering. Dang it!
beautiful.
Two old women were talking to each other in front of a grocery shop about the small tragedy that was getting its 4th anniversary celebrated that day. It was so tragic, one said. So true, the other agreed, shaking her head sadly in pity. Just then a young girl named Sarah passed by on her way back from school, grinning and happy as usual. Both of the women stopped talking immediately.
That's just art right there.
It'd
That's
be
art.
like that. Wow.
And now we
That's-
know
that's-
how you got
let's,
inspiration
um,
for
let's
your
stop
maps.
bullying
Prologue.
Noffy.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sweet though.
back to bullying me.
Alright, so what makes you cringe again?
What about you, Hobbs? What makes you cringe?
So
besides,
OS in general,
Clifford?
nothing much because I started playing the game when I was already in college, so I was pretty developed as a human being. I will say that my early internet endeavors were giga cringe, like so cringe that I will be trying to sleep, and then I will remember this like one interaction I had when I was like 12 on a Pokemon forum. I'll be like, holy shit, I cannot sleep anymore. For
That's the
example,
worst.
you know, I'm not even gonna give the example. It's too cringe. I was really,
No, we now need.
I was
Hey, we
really
read out
stupid.
Noffy's poetry.
I
You
was
can
really,
at least
really
give your
stupid.
example.
I had no like social skills. Like I learned how to be like a human being like on the internet. Unfortunately,
Fortunately.
So
I mean,
me now.
you know, it's like really simple stuff like, you know, acting like an idiot all the time, having no friends, being really annoying. Yeah, the
For
usual
the
stuff.
usual stuff.
I mean, there's a forum, right? Just think of like forum posts that are like really bad.
I can
If you want like
imagine.
publicly available me being cringe, like my earliest tweets are all super cringe. Then they're all still up on my Twitter account if you scroll down.
Oh, mine definitely.
Good thing I'm an advanced Twitter user, so let's
But then
see.
like once I hit
I can search
Good
Oh,
for
thing I don't
I would-
have a
once I hit
Twitter.
college,
Let's
like, you know,
see.
obviously I
Right.
was fine. So like OSA was generally fine. I guess like the cringy stuff I did in OS was like be really stubborn about my shitty first couple maps. Like I would like, there's no way this is
Oh,
bad.
been
It
there.
has
Oh,
to be good.
definitely.
I made it. But of course it was Clifford's. It was terrible.
I made it.
But it got ranked, so you know maybe I was a genius ahead of my time.
Yeah.
The Einstein of mapping.
The Nikola Tesla mapping. That's my job.
All right, let's see. From this account, Hobbs2 _ search it during 2012. Okay, the search didn't work correctly. My plans are foils.
Wow,
Good
Noffy
job,
the
Noffy.
Twitter
hacker
hacker
fails
Noffy.
again.
But yeah, and then
It just goes to
Pokemon
show
Forum.
fighting metadata is not like searching
Oh,
Twitter.
Huh? No,
Mario
I
Kart
find
Wii.
metadata on Twitter all the
one
time.
of my first like actual like using the internet for like not just like schoolwork or whatever was Mario Kart Wii. When the game came out, it had like a big like clanning community where you'd like join the Mario Kart Wii clan and then like do races with each other. And so I was terrible at the game, but I still wanted to be in a clan because my cousin was in one. And so I applied. I failed the application because I was terrible at the game. And then I made up a multi-account on this was all on Skype. So I made a second account on Skype. Made up an entirely different game. Signed up again, and then I just used like a different Mario Kart Wii license. Failed the second time, and I literally made like 6 alt accounts for the same clan because I was convinced I could pass it, and I was just getting unlucky. I failed every single
They don't
time.
let you apply?
And at some point, they found out it was me, and I got permabanned from the server.
I'm surprised.
Wow, this six
Yeah.
accounts keep joining.
6
for some
accounts
reason.
with similar
They
names
don't like
keep
let you
joining.
apply more than once?
Yeah, you're not allowed to apply. I mean, you can, but like, if you obviously like are terrible, they're not going to let you for like at least a couple months, because you're obviously going to fail the second time. I guess it's like if someone applied for BN and then like immediately just made a multi-account to reapply for BN.
They would get banned from more than BN.
Yeah, they would.
True.
Has that happened before?
I mean, there's definitely been multi-accounts that have gotten BN. I'm not going to say names because, yeah, but it's definitely happened.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there's one time where someone got BN with like 1 hour of play count or something. It was like some absurdly low amount of play count where it was like blatant. That has happened before for sure, but not very often. Like maybe like a couple
Yeah, that
times.
makes
I guess I
sense.
should be grateful I don't know.
I'd say for me, I'm still like not super like I haven't been in the game just as long as you guys have been, so I'm still I think in that cringy phase, because I've only like been in the game for almost 3 years now. So I still like obviously like, my first map like, oh, this is a perfect. Well, how can anyone dislike this? And then a few months later it's like, what was I doing?
Oh my god, that reminds me of my first map. So I was like, when will somebody from the staff come and rank it?
Yeah, like I didn't like not
Like, right
knowing
after
you have to like
uploading.
ask people, just thinking, oh, I uploaded it. It's gonna get ranked now, right? Where's my?
No, I expected like to get mods instantly. Like I thought there was people who were just watching whenever a new map got uploaded and they were just going modding it. So like it will be 3 days in. I'm like, wait, how come this has no mods? What
Yeah,
the
I
heck?
think
Actually,
Emails
did
Pepe, can you rank my
did I
map?
give you some mods for your maps back then or not?
I?
Yeah, did I give you some mods for your map? I don't know if I was a bat still when you
I
were
mean-
trying to rank some of your maps.
Let me think.
You were bad until the day after I uploaded my
I will
first
say
map.
I know that when we met, I already had a ranked beat map, so I wasn't like a complete beginner. But we became bad that same day. Like you returned, you were inactive from 2012 to 2014, and then came back
Yeah.
and became bad, and then you basically died
Yeah.
on OC.
I banished.
Oh no.
I think you might have given me some mods on my like sets that I've tried to rank during the time, but you never actually nominated one of them.
Aw.
You should try to become a BN.
I mean, I've been thinking more about it, and I think I would. Like, I've been modding some stuff recently, especially from the guys from the Spanish community. I would try to be a BN, but the issue is that I would still most likely not be able to nominate things that are over, like, I don't know, 5.5 stars. I would still be too uncomfortable with those, so I'm not sure how much help I would be able to give.
I mean, you don't have to nominate stuff you don't feel comfortable.
True. That way I can nominate some of your maps.
And there's plenty of easy, normal, hard, insane sets still, so
Yeah, or even just easy normal sets or normal hard sets and stuff like that.
mhm.
You just have to show us they're still up to date.
Well,
Like-
Krisom, if you get BN again, we have to do a follow-up episode.
Alright. Something else that actually came up with modding. One of the guys from the Spanish community like asked me for mods, and I gave him a lot, and his map was pretty intense. He's actually a very good mapper, and he told me like, why are you so shy when giving mods? Because I'm always like, in my opinion, like, don't take this personally, or it might be because I don't understand this because I'm a boomer or something like that. And he's like, come on, you should be more assertive. And I'm like, no, I have always been quite like subjective when giving mods. Like, I'm never change this unless it's definitely unrankable. But when you look into my past, even when I was bubbling or ranking things, I was always like, okay, maybe change this shape, maybe, I don't know, whatever. So that kind of makes me cringe, but not really, because I haven't really changed from that. But something that does make me cringe is that back then I tried so hard to not be perceived as a cute person. So much, I hated it so much, and not only in Osu, like in real life, everyone is like, oh, you're so cute, you're so nice, and I'm like, no, I'm a big man, I do big man stuff.
I'm so edgy.
Yeah,
Helped a lot, I'm sure.
Krisom.
yeah, and at some point, and with lots of therapy, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm cute, whatever.
No big deal.
You needed therapy for that.
I did. You need to
Oh my
embrace the
God.
cuteness.
Oh my gosh.
So people keep saying I'm cute and I'm not. What the heck?
Yeah, the funny thing is, I try to not be cute, but my Instagram profile picture is me with a Jigglypuff hat. It's me with a
Bye.
They cut
Jigglypuff
out.
hat.
Say that again. What was your profile picture?
It's me with a Jigglypuff hat with the Pokemon.
Oh. How can you not say that's not cute? How can you say that's not
I
cute?
don't know. Like, it is cute, like, and whatever. And some people say that I have like a poppy
He
energy.
isn't in denial anymore.
No, I'm not in
Right.
denial.
He's
I've come to
gross.
accept it. Yeah.
His eyes have opened.
But to come back to the modding thing, yeah, I think I'm similar. Like, I like to give suggestions for things where I'm like, oh, this could be cooler like this or something. Well, I don't expect people to change it, and I try to communicate that, because I feel like nowadays people are like, oh, you're touching my creation, my godly work.
Right. No, exactly.
I get the opposite thing, like where I have to be really careful to try to make things as clear as possible that they're suggestions, because otherwise people look at my title and they're like, oh, they're an NAT, I have to listen to them no matter what. And you just got to be very careful and considerate of that they'll be more easily influenced even if they don't think that's like the best thing for their map. And
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
actually
it's like-
true. Like, you sometimes see in threads when people suggest something, and they're like, no, I dislike this, and then the NAT is, hey, I actually agree with that. The NAT has spoken.
yeah.
I have to do this because
Personally,
the
for
NAT
me,
said so.
over time, I started to see mapping more of as like personal expression, and then I kind of based my mods like less around the fact that like I want the map to change to how I want it, more like this is what the mapper's doing, and like this is probably like they probably made a mistake here, not because it's like an objective mistake, but like because they probably didn't mean to do that, like within the context of their own map. Like, I think like once you look at mapping as like personal
Yeah.
expression, it becomes really understandable that like people don't like it when you challenge their work, because you know it's kind of like it's like their thing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
their
Yeah,
baby.
it's their baby.
Yeah,
Right.
I just usually try to work with it being their personal expression, and look at parts where I think maybe it could be cooler if they like working
Yeah,
with
exactly.
what they
That's what I
intended
think
and try to give them
That's
a
what I think the best
suggestion on
mods
that.
are like.
Like, I would never force them like to do something, because I also see mapping as a very
Yeah.
personal thing. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
usually just either pointing out things that I think are mistakes, then things that are
Yeah.
objective mistakes, and like suggestions where I think, hey, this could be a better execution of what you actually
Yeah, that's
wanna
what I
do.
think the best mods are like. And of course, there's also this perspective that like
Definitely.
modding or mapping is like, you know, game design, and there's like objective, like points of quality that like would come.
The thing is that I don't think game design is has
I agree with
points
you.
of
I definitely agree
quality.
with you. I'm just saying, like, you know, some people probably like some people definitely view mapping less as like a personal thing and more like you're creating like a, you know, like a whatever. But I agree that even game design is like,
Yeah.
even game design is art, to be honest. So
Yeah, it was very interesting because I made a game for my thesis and I called up some like expert game designers who worked for like larger studios like EA and Ubisoft.
Called up Bethesda.
Oh no, Ubisoft.
Yo,
and
could
EA.
you mod my game?
But yeah, I was talking to those people, and the feedback they gave me was actually much closer to feedback you'd receive in a mod that works with the ideas that the person has. Like, it's much closer to, oh, this is just subjective, this is what I think.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to change it. This is all subjective. And like, the word subjective came up in these discussions like 20 times, and I was like, oh, so game designers see it like that.
This is just mapping.
Yeah, like I got
Yeah,
the same
I
thing.
really felt that, but it was like much more positive than the mapping community in general, because they were like, there's so many different approaches and none of them are like inherently bad, and yeah, it was like a much more positive
Yeah, that's a general art thing
experience.
too. 'Cause,
Something that hasn't really changed in all these years, and we were talking with about this with Lauro the other day. We were looking at a map that had a lot of controversy, which I can't recall the name, but you guys showed it to him when you were in the mentorship, and he said he liked the concept.
I think it was Sheetan.
Yeah, it was Cheaton, right. So,
Oh, heck
so
yeah.
we were looking at the comments from that map, and we were like, people are the same kind of mad as it was like 6 or 7 years ago, and like, come on, it's personal expression. Even if I don't like it, I can like the concept behind it, but people are still the same kind of mad over like a game. It's a game. It's a video game.
Yeah, it's always like feeling like it's affecting them on a personal level.
Yeah.
Which is
When like in
Like-
a
Like, absolutely
week, they're
wrong,
not gonna
I
completely
think.
forget
I
about the
feel
map.
Yeah,
like
the thing
there's
is,
one
the thing is,
factor
even if
for
you map
that.
in a way that other people don't like, that doesn't erase the mappers that you like. Like, I don't know, let's say that I just like ini style. The fact that someone goes against ini style doesn't mean that the inis mappers will stop existing.
Right.
I mean, they kind of did. But
I mean, true that.
Sad.
Other style, fast.
yeah, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes
It's-
to OS, a lot of players tend to come and go, so they kind of stay at like the same kind of level in how they approach it, and they don't really like mature in that kind of thought process towards the game specifically. But then like a lot of
I think
mappers who
Lights-
are around a lot longer, they get more accepting of a lot of different stuff because they've seen everything and they see all
Oh,
these
yeah.
different perspectives and get to mature in how they view the game a little bit.
When you
I think it also has to do a lot with age, because the community is generally very young, and so they don't really see the big picture behind the whole mapping
yeah.
scene. They are
course.
just like, I'm this 13-year-old player. Oh, I missed this map. It's absolute rubbish.
Like,
Like,
if
I
you want
can't
to
read.
grow up as a person and as a modder, go back to maps that were ranked in 2010 and look at the mods that we used to give back then, and you will understand how much we have grown from that, and like how careful you had to be with giving mods back when nobody had any idea on what we were doing. Like, very few people knew what they were doing back then.
Yeah.
Right, because everyone's just learning at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole toxicity and map comments and stuff was one of the parts that personally drives me away the most from the game. Like, it's one of the factors that makes me want to close OC for the day
I feel
the
that
most.
for sure.
Because it's just, like, I'm not even trying to get affected by it when it happens under my maps, but I think it's generally just just mean and unnecessary. It's kind of annoying. Also reading it below maps that I didn't create, like, from other people. Seeing it and being like, why are people so negative?
Right. It's just circles.
I mean, I myself am also guilty of saying negative things about maps, but I still respect the maps and the mappers for what they are.
And this is something that I think a lot of young people don't understand, and they don't get to appreciate this once they get older. you can disagree with someone, and you can disagree with someone's ideas and opinions, and still consider that person to be worthy of respect. And this
Yeah.
happens a lot, like, and even adults usually don't understand this. Like, you can have different political opinions, and like, I don't know, you can disagree a lot with someone's attitudes towards, I don't know, you leave the dishes dirty in the place to wash the dishes, and I can be mad at you
Right.
for doing that, but that doesn't mean that I'm angry, like, at your person. I'm angry at your actions. So it's like, you don't have to attack someone for a level they created in a video game. You can tell them, like, constructive criticism, or maybe, like, just move on. You're not the target audience for that.
Yeah, I think many people don't understand how to give constructive criticism though. Like for them it's just... I actually had a discussion with a person from the community who repeatedly did it on a few of my maps. I was like, yeah, why are you doing this? Is there like a reason for it? Like what? And the conversation ended like he was like, yeah, playing a bad map is like stubbing your toe, and the comment is basically the scream.
What?
I was like,
Comparison.
okay.
What?
I-
Dude, that's big
I
brain.
think writing a like negative comment takes a lot more conscious effort than letting out a yelp, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yelp is just
also-
like right then and there.
Also, attacking like the map directly is attacking something that was made by somebody, and stubbing your toe is just screaming
No, when
in
you scream,
pain.
you're attacking the furniture and the creator of the furniture.
Yeah,
From the
it's-
furniture.
it's-
Curse you, IKEA!
It's the fault of IKEA.
This is getting a bad review.
I don't need furniture anymore.
Gets rid of all your furniture.
I
Stuck.
can sleep on the floor. Stubs toe.
I don't know how to
Stubs
view this
toe
conversation
on the door.
because my boyfriend's actually gotten into making furniture lately, and he's working on making his own desk. So, I think
As long as you don't
It's-
stub your
it's-
toe on
I
it, it's
think he
fine.
would take criticism against it very much to heart.
If
Yeah,
you
just-
stub your toe on it, that's when you can criticize it.
Okay.
You know, if you criticize it for that, he will just add like cushions to the legs
Subjective
of
no
the
change.
table.
Hey,
so
it's
that you don't-
It's an improvement, but it would be ugly.
Then at that point, you gotta veto it.
He'll be fancy cushions.
Ooh.
They have
Well,
to. They have to
that-
be part of the design.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we're at like almost 1 hour and 20 minutes, so I think it's a good place as ever to end it. Is there any last things you guys want to say?
I'm not gonna nominate your map.
Neither am I.
Aw.
I would if I
I
could.
Ask
can't,
Krisom.
so I'm
I would
not.
if I could.
Aw, thank you. I appreciate. You know, that's the thought that counts. Thank you.
See, Krisom is the nicest person.
Yeah.
At least there's 2 people.
I have a question for you, Cinnabun.
Yes.
Will you nominate your own map?
It's a test. Don't fall for it. It's a test.
You
That's.
better say no.
I don't think that's allowed. I'm not sure that's allowed.
See, he's not sure. That means he's not ready yet.
Okay, you know,
The right answer is obviously yes.
Yeah.
the right answer is as long as no one's looking.
We actually had the idea of letting people
Okay.
rank their own maps for some time as a reward for
Wait.
top tier BNs.
Wait, move on. Keep going.
You would.
That was that was
Everyone
ages
will want to
ago.
do
But now
that
we have it set
at the
up so
end.
you literally can't nominate your own map, so yay!
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the move.
Nice.
But also,
Yeah,
that was like in 2016 or 15 that we were discussing that.
that's
so
a long
it's, like,
time ago.
But
Not
we had
relevant anymore.
discussions about that before.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
whenever
we had
whenever you
we
had,
had like the BN score.
whenever you had, I don't know, we were talking about like over 60 maps ranked, and you were also a bad, like, for example, there's very few issues that you will find with, well, I haven't seen his newer maps, but there's very few issues with unrankability that you will see with, I don't know, Andreas maps. So it's like, should we let him nominate his own maps?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I'm trying to
imagine
close it up,
500
guys.
rank
Come on.
maps.
Alright, so yeah, this has been episode 18. Thank you for you all for taking the time.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It was
Alright.
fun.
And thank you for listening. As always, if you enjoyed, please do leave a like, and all feedback is appreciated. Thank you, and bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Nominate my map.